Hey CHA, this is Mrs. Williams again. If you didn't see my first video, my job at CHA is I teach 6th and 7th grade English language arts. And so today I decided to do a little mini lesson on how to make a quarantine journal. So, since we've been having to stay at home, I have been keeping a journal for myself each day. And the main reason I'm doing that is because I have found that when you are going through something that is something you've never experienced before, that sometimes it's really cool to kind of write about the things that you're experiencing so that one day, whenever you look back, you can remember. Because as I found, as you're getting a little bit older, especially, you don't always remember every single detail of the things that you've experienced. So, what I've been doing is I don't write in my journal every day, but what I do is at the top of my journal, that may be hard to see, but I've been numbering the days. So, like this one says quarantine day 9. But then, like the one I did earlier this week is quarantine day 31. So I am writing about all different kinds of things in my journal. And so I was going to talk to you today about some things that you could write about in your journal. So, one thing you could write about is your feelings. And I know that might be easier for some people than others, but sometimes it's easier to write about how you're feeling on paper than it is to actually talk about your feelings out loud. Some of you have been stuck with the same people for over a month now, and maybe they're getting on your nerves a little bit. And so you might want to write about how it's really hard and the people are getting on your nerves and you don't feel like you have anyone you can talk to. Sometimes just writing out your feelings on paper kind of helps you process your feelings and kind of give them away a little bit. And then plus later on down the road when you're looking back at how you were feeling, you'll kind of see kind of what happened after those feelings and how things got better for you. Another thing I've been doing that you could do is any quotes from books or memes that you find that are really funny online. There's a lot of them right now. You could write those in your journal. I've been writing down scripture verses that mean a lot to me. Sometimes I even write down prayers if that's something that you want to do. But again, those are things you can look back on and laugh about or realize that those things helped you kind of get through this difficult time of being at home. You also can just do kind of a diary of what your day looks like because we think we're going to remember that, but one day when you're a lot older, you might not remember what your day looks like. And so every now and then it might be kind of interesting to put what you did each day. Where did you spend your time during the day? What did you eat? Right? That would be an interesting one because our resources are really different right now. Like sometimes we can get chicken at the store, sometimes we can't, you know? So, what are some of the creative things that your family had to eat during this time? That might be fun to look at later on. I know Miss Burke in an earlier video, she talked about being grateful. And so, another thing you can write in your journal is you can write about all the things you're grateful for. Because even though there are some things that we're not really grateful for right now, some things that are disappointing, there are a lot of things that we can be grateful for. We can be grateful that we're healthy. We can be grateful that we're having this extra time to spend with our families at home. And there are little glimmers of gratefulness that you can find every single day that you could write about in your journal. Then another benefit is if you're having a really hard day, you can go back and you can look through your journal of the days that you had a really good day and some of the things you were grateful for. And that might help you kind of come out of that kind of rough day that you're having. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've had some really great days. And then I've had some days that have been really sad. Like I've been really disappointed about things, or maybe my kids were arguing and it was just stressing me out, or, whatever the case may be. I think all of us have had days that were really great and then days that were maybe not so great. So a journal helps you see kind of those and helps you read over them and process through them if you need to. And then the last thing, and this is kind of a funny one, my sisters and I have been joking because our grandma, she's in heaven now, and if she was alive, she'd be over 100. But when she was alive, we were helping clean out her house, and because they were getting ready to sell it, and we found all these crazy things that she saved, right? Like she saved Cool Whip containers. I mean, she probably had 70 of them. She saved envelopes that her mail came in. She saved medicine cups. When her nurse would bring her medicine at night, she would just stack up the medicine cups. And we always kind of joked about it like it's so funny. But really, we realized the reason she did that is because she went through a time similar to what we're going through, called the Great Depression, where they had to save everything because they didn't know when they would get more. So they didn't know if they'd get more plastic Cool Whip containers, or they didn't know if they'd get more envelopes. And so she just her whole life after that, she saved everything. While one thing that we've been having a hard time getting is toilet paper. So me and my sisters have been joking about how our grandkids, when we're a lot older, they're always going to be looking at each other and saying, why does Grandma Williams have so much toilet paper at her house all the time? Because now that we've been short on toilet paper, once it all catches up, we're all going to buy toilet paper in bulk and we'll always make sure that we have tons of toilet paper. So you could write in your journal about things that you feel like you're never going to want to be without ever again, and that you're always going to make sure you have them. So I hope this encourages you to maybe start writing. And if you don't have a notebook or if you don't have paper, you could type it out, on a note on your phone or on your Chromebook. Just something to kind of keep track of this time in your life so that you can look back and realize what you've come out of, and how, even though it was hard, it taught you a lot and you have so much to be grateful for in your daily life. So I hope this was encouraging to you, and I will see you soon. Bye.